position.
What dark secrets have you learned from the behemoths?
When you see your people suffer, you will do anything to save them.
Hello everybody and welcome back. The live stream is about to begin momentarily, and soon I'll start answering all of your questions about VR. I've had my VR YouTube channel up for over 5 years now, and for the past 2, VR has become my full-time gig. I'm experiencing new virtual reality games every single day, and I of course love checking out the latest hardware. So if you have any questions at all about this industry, stay tuned and I promise I'll give you some answers. As a reminder, if you have a direct question for me, please use @Mateo311 down in the chat when asking. And if you want to help support this channel, go click the thumbs up right now. Now the stream will be starting soon, but in the meantime, enjoy the montage.
We gotta figure out their plans. I can see them.
This world is not ready for peace.
Ready? Take 12. Action!
Now his chaos reigns.
The universe demands a guardian. And with each possession, you will grow stronger.
Man, Mateo kept that intro going long. What's going on, guys? Mateo's going to become the new CTO of Meta. Yeah, all right. Yeah, definitely Arlen. What's up, guys? What's going on? I am covering up VR face as best I could with these glasses. I've been in VR for a while today, but you could probably see cool stuff on my screen in the reflection. You see it? You see chat? You see it's like Inception. What's that on that side? Yeah, that I don't know. What's going on, guys? Let me catch up on the chat. Arlen's in here nice and early. We got Sean. What's up, man? Q Creator. Always good to see you, buddy. Ziggy. Lynn. Hey, what's up, Lynn? How's everything going? How's development going? Let's see. Alex, what's up, brother? Haven't seen you in forever. I'm going to give chat like a minute or two to come in here. We even got people popping in on Twitch. What's up? What's up, Regis? What's going on, man? So I have a cool little announcement. Some people might even be watching it already because they were prepared or they're in a certain Discord. But we are gonna Oni, what's up, man? What's up? Thanks for popping in, dude. I keep seeing you liking everything I repost on TikTok, and it makes me laugh every time. Can't say just popping in to say hello. What's up, Emily? Hi. Hello. Well, I don't want to make you guys wait long. We'll do the announcement in like 2 minutes. How's that sound? 3 minutes, 10 minutes, 20? Nah. John, what's up, man? Hola from Mexico. Non hablo español. Parli un poco di italiano, ma non bene. Are you going to jail? You guys got it. You got it. Whoa. Cool guy alert. What's Nick Tater? It's the Nick Tater. Joey T, what's up? Bunch of people I don't typically see in here. So I'm being asked on Twitch, who are you? I don't know. You following me? Or you just popped in. I am Mateo311. I cover everything VR related. That's my thing. And today I have a pretty cool announcement. Creeper glasses? These are actually my wife's glasses. I feel like the Need for Speed when I got these on. There you go. Top Gun. Where's my Steam frame, guys? The Steam frame. No, I do have. I don't know if you guys know Adam Bombadi, works for Live. She does VR content also. She's amazing. She's really funny. Great personality. This is her little 3D print. But you can jokingly say, oh, cool, you gave me a butt plug. So next time you see her, if you ever see her, ask her for a butt plug. Just do it. And if she says, who told you that? You could say it was me. Damn, Block. See? See? Oh my God. We teased her so much. Oh, sweet. Twitch too. Yep. Relax. What's up, man? I'm on Twitch too. Yeah. I haven't been on Twitch, but someone was like, hey, do it. Before I do my announcement, do you guys want to see something pretty cool? This is pretty cool. And then we're going to do my announcement. All right. Let's switch screens here. It should be this one. That right there, that is the Steam Frame controllers. Yes, it is. That's the STL file data mined from Steam. And the buttons and stuff you have to print separately. But yeah, this is the STL file. And actually this is the GU file because I had it prepared for slicing. Unfortunately, I can't print these. I wanted to print these and be like, look, I got the Steam Frame or Deckard controllers. So I really wanted to print them, but I have a resin printer. I would need to build supports to be able to print this. It won't print. See, it's not going to print. A resin printer is not going to print on an edge like that. It's going to fall. So, yeah. I'm pointing with my mouse like you guys can actually see. All right. Do you guys want something even cooler? You want something cooler? Let me hear it in the chat. I want something cooler. Yeah, no, I wanted to print them, but I can't. Like that, I can't print that file. Yes, oh, hear the yes, please. What are you guys asking? All right, give us the coolness. All right, here we go, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna do the whole thing. There's gonna be a minute before it gets super cool. All right, hold on. I'm gonna mute my. Hey guys, welcome back for the second devlog of Noetic Realms. And yes, today we will be showing off some gameplay, but there are some caveats there, and I do need to do a little housekeeping first. Now, we asked you guys on Discord, what do you want to see the most from our game? What are you most interested in? And the majority said the mechanics. So that's what we're showing off. We have a mechanical overview today, which I'm really excited for. However, the gameplay you're about to see is not representative of our game's actual graphics. Right now, a lot of that work is still underway. Some models are done, some aren't, some are textured. It's a mishmash. So instead of showcasing with a mix of assets, right now, this technical demo is basically stock Unity assets, free assets from the store, stuff like that. So please do not get stuck on the graphics. This is near and dear to my heart. Just focus on the mechanics, and I'm going to narrate you guys through them. So let's not waste any more time and get into it right now. So we're coming right out of the gate with no floating hands. We have a full upper body IK system. And of course, any good VR fighting game has its own physics system, and I'm particularly proud of what we came up with. Weapons, of course, provide a damage boost, but attack strength is still based on velocity, and there's multiple other mechanics in there like weapons breaking after a few strikes. Something like a bottle can start off as a blunt weapon, but after breaking can be utilized for piercing enemies. And yes, enemies do react differently to each type of strike. Now currently our punching dummy is turned off, so we can wail on him as much as possible. Now the same goes for multiple objects throughout the game, as you could break crates, throw enemies through tables, or just pound away making dents in this steel door. There's a huge difference between punches, bullet strikes, hammer impacts, but where things really start to get cool is when you activate your powers. So here you can see some of the physics in action, but what I'm really enjoying most of all is our active blocking system. It's almost like its own little mini game, allowing for multiple different ways to block an incoming strike, and even activating perfect blocks if you can master the timing of each attack. But now let's just slide into a little bit of a sizzle reel. Now that right there was just a glimpse of some of the mechanics found in this game. Honestly, guys, we have a lot more surprises to show in the upcoming months. And as always, if you want to be a part of the development, get early access, join the Discord. There's a link down below. We'll see you guys there. I can't wait to show off some more stuff. Boom. So let's talk about that. Couple things. Obviously, guys, those are not our game graphics. Those are, if you were listening in the beginning, those are just free assets from the Unity store that are placeholders. Our art is in development. We're still working on some things conceptually. Some things are done, some things are not. And we didn't just want to like put in a mix of broken assets, real assets. So that is not the game's graphics. None of those textures or assets are final. So I just wanted to make that clear. Additionally, there's a lot more that we didn't show off that people are like, no, keep, because, you know, it takes a while to build a community, to get hype going. And there's so much I want to show you, but we got, you know, it's a little bit of a slow burn right now. But by the end of the year, we should have some good stuff for you guys. Yeah. So what do you guys think about the mechanics? All right, let me move the chat back over. Let's see. It's like VR Hotline Miami. You know what? Like, you say that, and that's really not what it's going to be like. But watching that demo, yes, it's kind of like that. I will say, man, so I'm a mechanics first person. And that is, we don't have a game without super fun mechanics. Because any VR game, or any game at all, like Helldivers, you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. So it has to be fun. It has to be dynamic. It has to always, you know, be interesting. And that's why, like, we have these over-the-top powers where if you saw, I sent that guy through a table and, you know, into space, basically. We have these over-the-top powers, but also it's an ARPG with plenty of, you know, traditional role-playing elements. Like, if you build your character and make them strong, those doors will do more than dent. They'll open. That'll give you access to new locations or new routes that you wouldn't have. So the mechanics play into everything. So, Leo, getting Boneworks Until You Fall with magic vibes. Yeah, we're going to make it... Oops. Hi. You want to zoom back out? Okay. We're not leaning too far into magic, and I don't want to talk too much because I'm going to get in trouble. But we're not leaning too far into I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. You got to wait and see. There'll be plenty more updates. That was just a handful of weapons. We have 1 billion weapons. Do we want 1 billion in the game? Yeah, we'll see. We have a whole bunch of different power concepts. We don't just want 100 different powers. We want powers that feel good. We don't just want content for the sake of content. So we have plenty of ideas, lots of things, different, mechanics in play, but the main ones we are so happy with. Are we going to be grinding up some look and strength? Loot. So I know ARPGs are known for their loot. I've been told to not make any promises on anything. That's what I've been told. So as much as this is my game, it's not my game because I don't run the studio. I don't own the studio. So I still got to listen to the rules. I would love to talk about this forever, but I can't. I gotta follow the rules, reveal things slowly to you guys, get your influence throughout, because we're gonna be giving some open beta demo type stuff within the next few months. So we want to know, which mechanics feel the best and which parts of the game you enjoy the most. I'm catching up on chat. I was like way into it there, guys. So let's see. Oh, yeah, let me share that link. I'm sorry. Thanks, Lynn. I will share that link. So yeah, that's the link to the trailer that we're the devlog 2 that we just showed off. Biggest game influences, VR or otherwise, for this title? I mean, someone kind of called it with like Bone Lab meets Until You Fall. But the problem is, like, all right, let's think here. The Boneworks goes so deep into the physics that it's like so demanding on the hardware. That's why Bone Lab doesn't feel quite as good as the original Boneworks. So if you go so deep into the physics, like, you can't do much more. But if you go old school, like Until You Fall, which I loved, which really didn't have any physics, some people hate that. So if you kind of look for somewhere in between, that's the mechanical feeling that we're going for. So it's not just holding this in the way of the path. It's actively trying to block it. So I think we came up with a cool new system, and that's what I can't wait for you guys to try. I'd rather be the guy who practices a strike 1,000,000 times than know 1,000,000 different strikes. Yeah, I'm with you. You only really need to do a few things really well. That's all you really need to do. Jiggle physics. Well, if you look at the very end of that, there are a little bit of jiggle physics. Let's see. There's a... Oh, yeah. Well, that came on so loud. Sorry. Yeah, so there are a little bit of jiggle physics. When I'm holding the guy up at the end, you could shake him around. So he jiggles. But because you pervs, we might have to not... You could probably only choke a dude. No, I'm going to get in trouble by saying the random stuff I normally say. I'm just being an idiot. I cannot confirm nor deny who you will be choking in this game and if there will be jiggle physics, okay? Brown chicken, brown cow. It's been a while since I've seen that typed out. Brown chicken, brown cow. I do not... Oh, we still going on with Bruce Lee stuff? So honestly, what's the feedback, guys? Keep it coming. Like, do we run it in the background just without sound for a little bit? Do we do that? And you guys can like continually look at stuff and be like, oh, I noticed something I didn't see before. I wish I could show so much more. I really do. Just like, I want to show concept art. I want to show everything, but that's not how this works. That is not how this works. I'm up here now. So this is muted so I could talk over it. So yeah, so I mean, listen, people hate floating hands. I said screw that. We ain't doing floating hands. We just wanted to show some weapons and that the weapons feel different. They have different collision. They, you know, the game knows that's a blunt object and another blunt object, and blunt objects may break because of certain things. So, you know, that was some of the aspects we were going for, and we don't want people to be like, you know, the old school people used to just gotta go like slap box to get a register lots of hits. Nope, we want a physical system. And then look, it goes from blunt to piercing. I love it. The knives are also throwable, which is very enjoyable. We actually just reworked this system, I was told, to support much longer weapons. But yeah, I really gonna, there's this like big yellow banner across the screen. Yeah, just that these graphics are not the real graphics of the game. But yeah, I was really happy with, you know, the fact that we could, you know, not even just move things in the air, on the world around in VR, but actually physically damage stuff in a meaningful way. And of course, the powers are going to be the bread and butter of the game. You're going to go superhuman. Superhuman. And of course, by request, one of the first beta testers said, I need to be able to give the middle finger. So it's in. Because if that's the type of awesome feedback you give. Now, this one is an interesting one. We went back and forth on. So it's like a mini game there. If you're watching the image, and we're going to rework the graphics, of course. But if you're watching, you're seeing this meter fill up. And there is that moment of perfect strike. So that if you get your arm to cross through that path during that time period, if you're a little too early, it's not a perfect block. It's just a block. Look at those powers. Look at that. Now, you're going to go from like slightly stronger than a normal human to godlike. Obviously, you could see I missed there. This was like original concept that we're like, I wanted to be like running through hallways, beating down people. So there's kind of like almost like the original concepts of the game. I cut early there, but the first guy I hit went flying into the next guy. If you watch, that guy dodged an incoming attack. So right now, color coordinated is like different AI we're working with. And look at those hands moving around and stuff. Jiggle physics, total jiggle physics. All right, I'm done showing that off. Daredevil hallway fight scene. That was a motivator. That was an inspiration. It absolutely was. It looks like it'll be a blast to play. Happy to hear that. Yeah, I mean, it's all about, like I said, mechanics first. I'd love to start talking about the storyline, the setting, some of the quirky things we want to try and do in the game. I would love to talk about that, the sandbox items, but it's too soon. It's way too soon. Because then what happens, I will randomly say something like, yeah, you know, we're doing this in the sandbox. And we find out like 4 months later that doesn't really work. So we have to pull it out of the game. And then people are like, you said you were doing this. So I'm trying not to get anyone in trouble, myself included. What age rating are you aiming for? M for mature. But I'm going to stop answering questions. You love the IK. Yeah. We couldn't do just floating hands. That would have been the worst. And is the focus on melee or just until you get guns? the focus is going to be a lot more melee than weapons. The setting will probably limit the number of guns you come across. Does not have a Sifu vibe. Does it have a Sifu vibe? Maybe. I'm gonna get stuck in vaguer and vaguer. Vaguer sounds more vague. Yeah, is vaguer a word? I'm gonna get more and more vague answering these questions. Will there be a Mateo character? Most likely. That is, duh. He'll be 3 feet tall and full of muscles, and he'll look tough, and then you'll beat him up in one hit. He'll be like, what's that dude? In the Star Wars game, the Stormtrooper engineer comes out. It's like Scott the Engineer. Darth Vader. More vaguerist. You look good in blue. Thanks. Happy anniversary. Thank you. I don't know who it is. Well, I guess I did post it on my socials, so it's not too weird that someone knows my anniversary was yesterday. I don't know, Leo, about healing. I couldn't tell you about that. You guys make sure to let me get a Discord link for you guys, because make sure to join the Discord. I had to put my as my friend says, I had to put my telephone voice on. So you lower your accent, you kind of stay monotone. Okay, it's almost like radio announcer voice. We're looking for something. We're going to be getting a link. You guys need a link to Noetic Realms. So, if you're not following them, if you're not following me, what are you doing? Hit follow right now and thumbs up this video. And if you haven't done that yet, if you're doing something else, stop and go do what I say. And when I find this link, I'll give it to you guys. Invite people. Okay, we're making a link. That's the Discord link for Noetic Realms, and I'll get you guys the YouTube link. And yes, subscribe, hang out, join. And Jesus Christ, my volume's up loud. And then yeah, do your thing. Hang out with us. Learn about the game. I'm pretty slow on getting that link, huh? I went to the wrong place. It's youtube.com @Noetic Realms /@Noetic Realms. I mean, come on. Boom, I got it. Here comes the link. Yeah, those Discord notifications. Boop, boop. Came out of nowhere. Let's see. Make the character based on my logo. That'd be cool. Thoughts on a progression loop. How do you keep melee fresh from hour to hour? Yeah, I mean, so all I could say is we want ways to break it up. So like, well, I don't want people to be punching for more than like 15, 20 minutes straight, because then you're just like, I had enough. It's time to turn off this game. So we want to give like natural reasons to break or do something else rather than just keep punching. What's the hardware requirements you're shooting for? Quest. Sifu did a wonderful job of keeping things feeling fresh. Yeah, I'm familiar with the title. Mateo, the in-game villain. Someone has requested that. At least one person. Yeah, so again, we want to be on all platforms, including PlayStation VR 2. We'll see if PlayStation VR 2 is a viable platform at the time. You know, we do most likely want to do a lot of early access. So, well, I mean, but we want to be on every platform. Seafood translated to VR. Yeah, that would be pretty wild. I liked how my last Asgard 2 Wrath session gave me a break from combat a bit. Yeah, with the Scorpion in the dungeon. Yeah, like that stuff is tough. That's really tough. Like, because some people will just be like, well, the design of the game is, well, it's you know, it's supposed to make you tired. It's a physical game. Not everyone wants to play a physical game. Well, the game's not for them. And some people have that approach. And other people are like, no, well, we want everyone to enjoy the game. We want to sell to as many people as possible. Like, what do we find that most people gravitate to? That's how you get that divergence, you know, where some people are just like, no, it's fatiguing because we wanted it to be fatiguing. Thank you, Blue. You're my boy, Blue. Who do you got to bribe to be a beta tester? Just be one of the early people in the Discord. If you're playing a fitness game, yeah, you're expected to go in and, you know, keep moving for the time limit they give you. But that's about it. Will it have an open world mode? I would love it to have an open world mode. Again, I can't make any promises. Are there plans to make it easy for third-party hardware to connect to the game? Are you thinking like haptics? It's discussed. So yeah, Nick Dater. I mean, that's one of the things we're gonna face, and you're gonna get that feedback no matter what. Like, some people said like Batman was lame. You know, some people like the combat was terrible because it was like a rhythm game. I couldn't do what I wanted to. I couldn't just punch any way I wanted to. I had to punch the way they told me. I was fine with the Batman combat because I thought it was a good translation of the flat screen game. So that's why I enjoyed it. Sorry, my throat is super dry. 1 second. I'm back. Okay. So that's why I enjoyed it. And I thought it worked. But I know people are annoyed, like, too fast. And, you know, Batman would say too fast and stuff. People are like, how could Batman be too fast? He's Batman. So I understand both sides, but I enjoyed the system. You got it. Like, you're never going to win. There's always going to be someone who's annoyed. Like, I also really liked Until You Fall. And people are like, there's no physics. It sucks. I hate that combat system. You're never going to win. Oni, you are 100% right. Like, when you let people do anything, they will usually break the system. But some people like doing that. And then the person who designed the game watches this and they're like, oh my God, no, that's not Batman. And they want to die inside. But you can't tell people how to play your game. It's a weird scenario. Arlen, would you like to donate 7 figures? I'm just curious. If anyone would like to donate in the 7-figure region, they can definitely request a feature to be implemented. Video game design is expensive, or development rather. I didn't feel that way about the combat in Batman, but for Assassin's Creed, the melee was meh for me. Yeah, so like if you go the physical route and the physics don't feel good, it sucks. If you don't go the physical route, some people are like, this isn't VR. I don't feel any contact. So it's very hard to win. VR development is crazy because a lot of VR is subjective. Like, no, I need OLED. I don't care about OLED. I can't deal with high persistence. That's me. Well, I don't even see what is high persistence. Like, there's so many, oh, this headset's too heavy. I need something that's the size of glasses. No, I need a 160 FOV minimum. I turned off my tracking. Go back on tracking. Follow the hand. Go. There you go. Okay, cool. Will it be VR treadmill compatible? I couldn't tell you. I haven't looked into what it takes to make it compatible. Nothing. I got nothing for you. You got a spare kidney? Do you have 3? But yeah, sell the kidney. Give me the money. I'll take it. So Zeno, that's perfect then. Like, you just appreciate good mechanics. Like, you're not a stickler. You don't say, oh, it has to be physics based. Oh, it could be like almost rhythmy. You just say, oh, if it feels good, it feels good. If it's cool, it's cool. And that's how I roll. Dav, yo, what up, Mateo? Yo, what up? Let's see. I'm just popping over to see if I missed anything. The players based off of Mateo, big guns. I'm just looking over at Twitch. I wasn't paying attention to it. So, no, the player's going to be based off of your choices. How's that sound? You don't got to be beefy. The player's going to be based off of your choices. Maybe he's just quick. Nimble. Maybe he likes all that magic stuff. I don't know. We'll see. So, Kill Delta, I became that. Like, now I am like, I enjoy all different sorts of games. For the longest time, it was like, I started with I was big on RPGs forever. But if it wasn't an RPG, I was playing a very competitive shooter. Going all the way back from, I was, Duke Nukem days. I did a whole Duke Nukem Total Conversion back in the day. I love Duke Nukem. But like, once you get into like competitive, Quake, Unreal Tournament was in my veins. I would like sleep, eat, drink, sleep, Unreal Tournament. Then after that, like Call of Duty when it was a PC exclusive, probably, up until like Modern Warfare, I was like glued into Call of Duty. And now it's like, that's the one type of game I don't play because I don't get any enjoyment out of it anymore. But now it's like I played Moss on, Quest. And I'm like, this is amazing. Or Ghost Town. This is ridiculous. Like, so like my preferences have really changed with VR. And of course, I still love the Spider-Man game, God of War, Halo is there, but whatever. What are my thoughts on the upcoming headsets? And yeah, guys, if I'm not paying attention, just at Mateo311 me. So I'll answer your questions. So I think we're going to get the Steam Frame announcement sooner rather than later. But I don't know. I don't think like it's ready to pop off like everyone is starting to think, but I could be wrong. Something's happening, but are we there? I don't know. With Steam, sometimes you're so convinced. Like everyone, like you'll tell yourself no 100 times, and then that 101 time it slips in, and you're like, wait, no, this is it. Half-Life 3 is really coming this time. So like, you just like, there's a voice in the back of your head that says, no, it's not gonna happen. But I think we're getting close. I think it's gonna be a Steam Deck on your face, like better performance than a Quest 3. More expensive than a Quest 3. Probably like, 90-minute battery life. unless you're like streaming games. I think it's going to work. I think it's going to, have wireless connection to PC. So it'll work as a wireless PCVR headset. You utilize Steam Link for that. You could play your flat screen games. And it'll also have an offline mode, just like the Quest. Play some games there, some lower spec games. So like now that we have like Steam Deck verified, they'd have like Steam Frame verified. So those are the games you can play offline with it. And yeah, they're going to do stuff with spatial computing, pass through shit like that. That's what I think about the Steam Frame. Project Muhan should be out maybe next month, they're saying. That's going to be more like Beef, what's up, man? Beef Swizzle, what's up? We were playing Dungeons of Eternity the other day, right? So anyway. Oh, that was the Steam Frame. Project Muhan's going to be more of a AVP competitor. Much more of like a cinema pass-through device on your head. But much cheaper. So it's going to be like Android versus Apple. Just this time in the headset field. Not more of a Steam Frame or Quest competitor. But over time, who knows? Android could lean more into that direction. So guys, if you don't know, on my Discord, it'd be great if I had like people helping me because I'm like brain dead right now. But on my Discord, my personal Discord, which I will get a link for, invite people. So on my personal Discord, we do game nights. We started doing game nights. And the last game we played was Dungeons of Eternity. I think we had 3 groups going at the same time for a while. And I did give out some keys for Dungeons of Eternity. So I think next week I might want to do Zix. And going forward, I really want to do Titan's Isles. So if you guys aren't in my Discord, you guys definitely should join. So I said I was getting that link. And I'm getting it right now. Got it. Okay. Hello there. I'll drop it here too. Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm definitely getting the Steam Frame. Definitely. Oh, I'm not logged in on the Twitch chat, so I can't even. Nice job. You got me hyped for Zix. So I don't think it's gonna be everyone's cup of tea. Some people are just gonna be like, it's a little too kidsy. It's not like as physical. But it's like a sci-fi version of Dungeons of Eternity. Combat is different though. It's much more range based. But I just like the fact that like they were smart about the controls. It's something we're doing with our game. Like at one point, someone's like made a radio dial, and I'm like, what's that? And they're like, oh, select your powers. And I'm like, no. I don't want to select the power. I want to do a power. And that's very much what Zix does also. So you just do this and you get finger guns. You just put your hands out like that, you get finger guns. If you put your hands like this, a bow appears. If you do this, a sword appears. If you do this, you could trigger a shield. If you do this and hold it, you start forming a bomb. And then you throw them. So, like, it's awesome. What's my daily driver headset? Right now, it's just the Quest 3. I don't know if that camera's up. No, it's not. So I have a camera behind me, but it's closed. So I would show you. I retired my Index. It's on the wall. And, yeah. I mean, I wasn't the biggest fan of my big screen beyond. The Play for Dream doesn't stream well sometimes. I don't know. I even talked to Guy from Virtual Desktop. He says that certain bandwidths, something wonky goes on with the headset that I can't confirm. That's a true statement, or maybe it's been patched or whatever. But yeah, so my Play for Dream was just, it would annoy me more than anything else. So I've just been using really the Quest 3 mostly. I retired my Index after hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of testing the wireless adapter. and firmware updates and limiting interference and all that BS, and everyone telling me, no, I reviewed it too early, I'm full of shit, it works great. The hell was that thing called? The Steam wireless adapter. Anyway, so yeah, maybe I shouldn't even say the name, but yeah, I spent so many hours on that thing, and then eventually people came back to me and they were just like, all right, you're right, the device sucks, blah blah blah. I heard what originally happened with the device is that when they originally started testing it, it wasn't, and this is again hearsay, whatever, rumor, territory leaks, whatever, but when it was originally being tested, it wasn't compliant with our like frequencies in the US, so it worked great. And then when they made it compliant, it just, I guess it was receiving too much interference, or it didn't have the broad spectrum. You know, maybe it causes too much interference. That's why it wasn't allowed here. So that's why the performance went to crap like overnight, because I heard the hardware was good in it, but I don't, it sucked. No, Fio, yeah, that's it, man. Thank you. So my thing with the Quest 3, like people are like, I want an upgrade from the Quest 3. I need higher resolution. Nothing runs at high resolution. Like even when you're doing PCVR, you run into a whole nother like issue. Is your PC up to snuff? And like no one's running at the native resolution of the Quest itself. Very few people. So it's like, why do you need so much more resolution? You know, like that's what I never get. It's like, oh, 4K per eye. Why? In this field, not field, in this industry, that's not future proofing. Like, oh, well, 5 years from now, you know, when all the hardware catches up, it'll be able to do, you know, you'll be able to do 4K. No, by then we're going to be on like a different wireless standard. We're going to be on a different streaming solution. We're going to be on a different OS. You know, we're all parts of the lens will be better. The ergonomics will be better. No, it's not future proofing. So I don't get why some of these headsets are just like, yeah, 4K per eye. I don't really have any thoughts on the Pimax Stream Air just yet. I don't have a lot of hope for Pimax, or I don't know if hope's the right word. Like, I have low expectations from Pimax because they always overpromise, underdeliver. And I believe in the opposite. Like, say you're going to do this and then come at with this. Like, that's what I believe in. You know, make your product. Don't sell your product on hype, or don't sell hype. Sell a great product and then the hype will spread. Yeah, you do need a 5090 for 4K per eye, but then, like, if the decoder, because you're still encoding and decoding, because you're going over wireless, even if you're wired. So then the decoder, with all that information, sometimes on the Play for Dream side, chugs. So even though your PC can handle 4K per eye, and it has the strength for it because of 5090, and you have Wi-Fi 7, and you have the bandwidth, the mobile device just goes, oh crap, that's a little bit too much for me to handle. The hardware, the internal hardware can't even handle it. So future-proof, there is a, like, so future-proofing is much more on like the mechanical side of things. Like, ooh, we gave you 24 extra, patch panels. Or we wired you up for, CAD 7, with 3 extra lines running to each spot. Like that, that's more future proofing. It's more like, network design, engineering side of things. That's where you see real future proofing. When it comes to things like, like TVs, anything with a display. No. No, there is no future proofing. The tech changes too fast. Like future proofing might be on the hardware side. On a specific hardware end. Like, oh, I'll do 64 gigs of RAM because maybe I'm going to start editing 8K down the road. Or I will do a 4 terabyte hard drive because the same reason. Or I'm just going to start editing more content, whatever the case may be. So that's like density future proofing. But certain tech you can't future proof. Yeah, and Oni does the exact right thing. No one tests for high end. They really go right near what does the average user have. And we'll say like 2080. You know, an RTX 2080. Were they still GTX on the 20 series? No, that's the 10 series. So, okay, a 2080, whatever, regardless. NVIDIA 2080. So that's like performance, what would probably be targeted. Maybe even less than that. I don't know. But, so that's what they'll aim for. There are other features, like all ray tracing, all that craziness. But they're like, why would we spend so much time and effort for the 1%er items? The things that 99% of our actual players will never see anyway. Why spend any time and money on that? So there you go. I mean, I had a long conversation with the developers from Vertical Robot that did my brain broke. I'm so mad at myself that the name didn't just come right off my tongue, that I'm like furious inside my head. So I'm looking at the logo in my brain, and I can see the astronaut, and I can and I'm so mad at myself right now. Are you serious? It's like I forgot my child's name right now. That's what it feels like. Or maybe this is dementia. Is this early onset dementia? What is the best VR puzzle game? And my brain keeps saying Red, but the best VR puzzle game ever. Yeah, it might have been a tiny stroke. Game dev onset dementia. It's the glasses. They're impacting my brainwaves. They're too tight. They're too tight on my head. Guys, no, it's not the Room VR. They just did Ghost Town, and they're amazing, and that's Fireproof Games. See, this. See, like my brain just went there, no problem. It's not Mist. It's not Mist. It is. Oh, it's Red Matter too. There you go. Do you know? Like, it didn't even feel like relief. I was just like, oh, you're an idiot. It's Red Matter 2. So anyway, Vertical Robot, Red Matter 2. I spoke to them. I used to talk to them a lot. They were really cool. And you see what they can do with the Unreal Engine on Quest. They're very impressive graphically. But they said at when they did the PlayStation VR 2 version, they said it's the best looking version. And I said, yeah, what about the people with the 4090s? And they're like, well, the thing is, exactly what we said. They said, we know exactly what hardware every PlayStation 5 owner has. So we targeted that hardware and we made it look as good as we could. But we don't know what people have on PC. So, we didn't include all those high-end features that we could and make it look insane. But 99% of people never see it. So why would we bother? I said, So the PlayStation VR 2 version is the prettiest version, no matter what hardware you have. Thanks, Corey. So, no, it's not Crow Team, but I know what you're talking about, Oni. That's the Labyrinth game. So, I don't know. I went off on a tangent there. What else is new? I didn't enjoy the original Red Matter as much. As the second one, I liked much more. The first one's tougher. I got stuck a lot more and ultimately got frustrated. But you could actually just play the second one, and enjoy it. So don't feel obligated. What RM1 was good? I'm sorry, RM1, RRM. Oh, Red Matter. What? Oh, was that what beef? You threw me off, man. You totally threw me off, brother. What was that? A was Red Matter? Yeah, Red Matter 1 would just, yeah, it was just a lot hotter. So, was everyone here when we showed off the game mechanics video? Was everyone here? Do I have a gameplay video for ExoShock coming? I will, Kill. I met them at GDC and we started talking then, and I was really interested in the project. They had admittedly a really poor demo up, because what they brought was their newest version, because they had to rework a version so that it was compatible with whatever. Anyway, but their old version had content. So like the demo they were sitting there with was like nothing. And they're like, no, go. They were like, we got to get you this version. So I went home, I got that version, and it's cool. Conceptually, it's cool. I love this style. I love like the guns feel so impactful, but I don't know much more than that. But I do know we're still talking. I'll plan the show off. Oh yeah, no, I didn't say that Red Matter 1 wasn't good. I just didn't enjoy it as like I didn't think it was as good. What's up, tomato sauce? You want to look healthier. Okay. So I'm not the best guy to answer right now. I'm overweight. At the end of this summer, I'm always overweight because I enjoy myself too much. I love to cook barbecue steaks. So I'm overweight. So don't eat the way I've been eating. Again, diet and exercise is a personal thing. What is healthier? Is your blood work good? If your blood work's good and it's more a vanity thing, which is fine. We all want to look better. You lift some weights. You should always lift some weights and get a little caloric restriction. Either eat exactly the same and get a little bit more exercise, but usually it's easier to eat less, or you can't outrun the fork. As you add exercise, your body wants to eat more. So you're going to have to fight to eat a little bit less. I'm assuming that's what people usually equate with health. Usually they think skinny, but I think more blood work, heart rate, resting heart rate. You don't want to die, right? That's healthy. Feeling pretty good and not dying, that's what I consider healthy. So that's what I tend to aim for. So your blood work, your resting heart rate, do you have the ability based on your age to do certain things like stand on one foot with your eyes closed, or do you have decent flexibility? Those are the things God, I could talk about this forever. I definitely did not help answer your question. I think at this point I just overloaded you. So if we get more into like specifics, I'll answer them. But you want a diet and regimen. Right now I have to lose weight, so I'm like 2,000 calories a day. Probably about an hour of weightlifting, and I'm doing a little bit like 20 minutes of cardio, not every day. That's what I'm doing right now. I'll probably, as the weight starts coming off and I start feeling better, I'll start pushing harder. Have I tried a Vlogs in Rain yet? I did, but I tried it on a beta version on the Quest. It wasn't running fantastic. So like I was really into it, but it wasn't running fantastic. So I was like, I got to try a different version. Unfortunately, I have a fairly healthy taste for the higher cal beers. So only for the longest time, I was a big fan of Belgian beer. Like, loved it. Loved it. I don't drink Monday through Thursday. Friday, I would have a few glasses. Then Saturday, maybe I'd have a few glasses, but maybe not. And then Sunday, no drinking again all the way. And that's like, I did that for years. And I thoroughly enjoyed a good Belgian beer. Like, and then one day I woke up with severe heartburn, thought I was dying. And now beer just doesn't agree with me as much anymore. Like, I could have like, if I have like 2-3 beers before I go to bed, it just messes me up. So let's see, let's catch up. Again, if you guys have a direct question for me, at Mateo311, definitely hit me there. You know what? Let me make a few links that we have. That's my Discord. We've been doing game sessions. I think the next one I'm going to try and set up is for Zix, and I will get a bunch of, I'll try and get a bunch of extra keys. But I just want to put a little reminder here for myself. So I do have to make a short for the gameplay mechanics. I'm going to make a nice one. Wine over beer. So this is where it's even funnier. I'm Italian, and so wine country. Wine never agreed with me. Now, I could eat pizza right before I go to bed, pepperoni, peppers. I'm not a hot burn person. Like, even though I'm starting to look like a chubby Italian, I'm not that guy who's, I'm going to get heartburn. I don't get heartburn. But there's just a handful of different beers that will bother me. And wine has always, I mean, since I was like 17, wine has always bothered me. I'm hungry. I can't give an opinion on Lies of Rain. The athletic beers, like a low calorie, like, if you're going to drink a low calorie beer, it's not a super low calorie beer, but a Coors Light tastes like water. So if you want something that you're like, oh, it's refreshing and I don't feel like I'm drinking poison, a Coors Light is halfway there. It's like a beer and then ice cubes and water. But honestly, the healthiest alcohol, none are, but usually your system processes something like tequila or mezcal a little bit cleaner. I don't know. Mad Dog 2020. Nah, Old English. I used to drink Old English when I was too young. I think it was like $1.79, or St. Ives was another one, but they were even cheaper, I think. But an Old English 40 was like $1 something. I'm a bad influence. Your generation, not my generation, the current generation, I don't know who's watching. You're probably old like me too, going gray and shit. Now, the more modern generation, they're not drinking. They don't drink anymore. Okay, no spoilers of who, if it would be yes, but cameos to look for. What'd you do? I guess we're holding this microphone for the next 15 minutes. Joy, cameos. I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure there'll be cameos because Noetic Realms is in conjunction with Noetic Talent Agency, which is the talent agency I work with, which a lot of other content creators are affiliated with. So we'll probably be like, oh, we need some cheap voice acting and utilize some shit like that. I don't know. Yeah, we'll call in favors. Oh, this is not. Oh, I got it. Wait, it's right there. Yes. Yeah. No. Yes. 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 Okay, I guess I gotta stop playing with this while I'm talking to you guys. I must have been inadvertently loosening it. Was that annoying to listen to? Oh yeah, it's so much tighter now. Edward 40 Hands. Oh my God, Beef, are you as old as me? Oh my God, Edward 40 Hands is great. You'll just tape I've done that with my friends. You just take 240s, 40-ounce beers, and you tape them to someone's hand, like duct tape them, and that's it. They just sit there and think. Beef, I'm 44. I used to not like to say my age online, but whatever. What up, we old man? Where you from? I'm just popping over, checking some stuff. I'm curious to see how the video is performing. If some people have been watching it, let's see. We got some views. We got some views on it, which is nice. Hell yeah. All right. I'm going to send you guys the link directly. So when we get out of here, you guys can definitely just, check that out again. You can watch it without me yapping this time. You could get the numbers up. You could share the hype. You could join the Discord, because if you're on the Discord, you could get early access and, help us make decisions from everything from like, how are we going to show off the game in the future? And also, how are we going to show off the game in the future and different aspects of development? I'm just checking some links up in here. Cool. I'm 44 2 years ago. You're celebrating your second anniversary of your 44th birthday. Okay, I'm 21. I would call you kiddo. 21. Like anything under 30 looks childlike to me at this point. Like I legit call anyone from like 13 to 28 kiddo at this point. Oni, I'm gonna drop both Discords. So the Noetic Realms Discord is obviously for the game development. So if you guys want early access, any feedback, and then on my Discord we do game sessions, game nights. So we do some key drops. We just did Dungeons of Eternity, which was awesome, and I'm planning to do some Zix and Titan Isles in the future. Vexner, I don't know, man. Like we were talking about the Steam Frame announcement earlier. I was kind of showing off the STL file that I have on my computer because I was going to try and print it, but I have a resin printer and it's not going to work right. But yeah, so I was showing off the controllers there. But it's just cool that you could physically grab that file and go, okay, it's time to print it. But like that, you could go from something digital to physical like that. But that's what 3D printers are all about. So I was just showing that off earlier. I don't know anything, man. I can't say anything about when we're getting the Steam Frame. I'm hoping it's sooner rather than later. I'm hoping it's under my Christmas tree. Who the hell knows? But I feel like this week went like nutty. Like, sure, like things were heating up, and sure we were seeing changes, and the normal like leakers, like, Bradley was showing, hey, certain things are popping up, and then like Tyler McVicker, who's been leaking or data mining or whatever Valve stuff for like his whole freaking life, he was saying things are happening too, but we could they could just be doing business as usual. Like, yeah, sure, they're doing something, doesn't mean an announcement's coming. They're just doing work. The work could be a month away, 3 months, 6 months, 3 years. So that's all we're really discovering is they're doing something. It's frustrating. It's not like the Quest. That everything Quest gets leaked like a year early. And then we sit there and be like, yeah, I wonder what the specs will be. I wonder what they'll be. I have no idea. So it's a little bit tougher. I was talking to Bradley this morning. I'm like, hey, I heard you're in Seattle. He's like, I'm not in fucking Seattle. He's like, I told people I'm not in Seattle, and people just keep spreading the rumor that I'm in Seattle. And I'm like, the more you say no, the more they want to believe it's true. That's true. People do talk. MetaConnect. Yeah, we didn't really discuss MetaConnect. So it's exactly what I expected. People are like, well, they didn't invite VR content creators. What's the deal? What's the deal? It wasn't about VR. Now, most VR content creators have also shunned Horizon. Like, we're like, a lot of not, like, very few of us speak highly or, dedicate our channels to Horizon. So Horizon's their only other thing. So they're like, yeah, we don't need the VR content creators for this. Makes sense. I think all their failed tech demos is embarrassing, but I think the tech's going to be good and the tech is cool and the tech is what we expected. I already want an upgraded pair of Ray-Bans. And I'm actually annoyed because I just got mine fixed. And then, so I definitely want an upgraded version. And their new one with the screen, I'm really curious to see what that's all about too. Steam Frame 2026. Yeah. Looks like it's going to fall again. All right, let's get you as tight as humanly possible. Then we'll tighten this end. Tight like a toiga. And get you guys another link while we're doing things. I mean, actually, I think last year I was like, holy crap, all of their demos went fine. And then I just came to expect that their demos were going to be fine. And then when like more than one failed, ooh. Only no, I mean, it's pretty much exactly what I was expecting. But again, like, I don't know. We look at so much stuff in like internally, or we get so much information that we can't talk about sometimes that we file everything under don't talk about it until we see someone else start talking about it. That's like, you just default is like, oh, don't mention it. And then in the back of our head, we also think everyone already knows that. But no, that's only the internal people already know that stuff. Steam Frame. Let's go. Right? Let's go. Let's go. Steam Frame. I'd kill for it. Not like literally, but maybe-ish, but no, like it's one of those things, man. It's one of those things where you're like, well, come on. Not only is it like, all right, Steam, do something, or all right, Valve, do something, but it's also one of those like, let's get back to our roots. Like Meta is like pretty much going, we're out. So it's like, and everyone's like, all right, Lord Gaben, now's your chance. Restore faith. But I'm still very positive of where VR is going, regardless. On that note, there are some sales going on right now, guys. This is my affiliate link that I always drop. If you guys are ever looking for stuff, I update that link constantly. Whenever someone notifies me that there's new sales or whatever, I drop them on that link. Some of them are affiliate, some of them are not, some of them are just discounts. If you basically use any website for VR, Kiwi, Bobo, you name it, try Mateo311 as a discount code, because I have a discount code on pretty much every site, including Meta. So you don't have to come to my link and start looking for a link to the game you want. You could literally just go get the game you want, and when it says promotion code, put in Mateo311. So does Steam not have affiliate links? Not to my knowledge. You tried it at Papa John's and it worked? It does. Yes, it definitely works. How do you think I got this big, man? Actually, I don't think I've ever had Papa John's. They would revoke my Italian card. Hollow deck. We're rebranding from Meta to the Hollowverse deck. Yes. Yes.
Wait, am I gonna be in it?
You're gonna be in it.
I want to tell the world. Okay, so Dad, you're also gonna
Okay,
be.
you gotta
very
cut.
excited. Okay. You're also gonna be very excited about this, but yeah, I'll be in
Come
the
in
podcast.
closer.
I'll be in the podcast.
For what? We're live.
Okay, ready?
We're
Ready?
literally
ready?
live.
Hey guys. Okay, I'm the oldest, so I just came back from my a lot of days later, like from 6th grade, and I got the best news because my favorite subject in math is math, and school is math, and I got 100 on my quiz, Dad.
Boom. Crab
It's
cake.
for like area.
Don't show that. Don't show that.
It's for area.
Nice work.
Thank you.
Now I'm working.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Get out of there. Ah. They said congrats. Justin, she was funny when she did that video. She was cute, man. I gotta let her come down. She would kill it on YouTube. She would but I won't let her do it. But she would absolutely kill. Sometimes I find her because now she's in middle school, so now she has a phone, and it's locked. So there's lots of things she can't do on her phone, and unless we approve a number, no one could reach her. But regardless, because we're safe parents, regardless, I'll see her doing fake like unboxings, or like, well, she'll buy something and unbox it and record it and never post it. Just do it because she can't post it. But she'll just be like, okay, we're gonna open the Labubu and start the ritual. No, did you guys see that South Park? I'm sorry, but that South Park is hilarious. The Labubu one. There are Labubus in this house. You pay tariff. Kids, there's no such thing as playing pretend anymore, man. That's done. I'll tell you. So if you guys watched WandaVision and you know she takes over a town, spoiler, there's no kids in any of the episodes until Halloween episode, and then she lets all the kids come out, and it turns out the kids have just been sleeping. That's my neighborhood. You don't see a single kid ever until Halloween. Then you're like, where did 50 kids come from? It's the world I'm living in. But come on, let's get the VR questions. You see how sidetracked I get? Is this noise annoying? I'm going to solve this and then end the stream. You guys probably have a lot of time. Let's see. This is the top secret Steam frame that I'm wearing right now. See, it's been right in front of your face the whole time, and you scrubs have not noticed. Pathetic. Pathetic. I mean, I expect more from you guys. That's our neighborhood too, but it's hot in Florida. I mean, but no, that's my neighborhood 24/7, not just like, you know, in a certain season. There's just I would think there's no kids in this neighborhood at all. It's that wild. Are you going to focus on the story, and what is the general theme? So we haven't revealed any information, Alpha, and unfortunately I cannot reveal anything I haven't been told to reveal. You would have to like come here, get me pretty drunk off like some good liquor, maybe some tequila. That would be a start. And then maybe I tell you a little bit about the storyline. How's that sound? You have to buy me dinner first. But otherwise, yeah, it's just we're saving things. We don't want to just burn out, get you guys too excited, and then you guys forget about it. We're getting there. Ironically, not unironically. I guess I missed something. Oh, there we go. I see. Now, lots of chat, man. I wasn't paying attention. I'll show up with some 1942 and we'll get those secrets out. There you go. Now we're talking. Oh my God. I really don't drink anymore. To be honest, I really don't. I just don't think it's healthy. It doesn't agree with me that much anymore. And on top of that, it's just the last time I accidentally drank like a whole bottle of tequila by myself by accident. I just didn't, it was good and I didn't realize it was going down, so it's my fault. But I was like, I'm too old for this crap. Alcohol is poison. Just health. All right, let's see. This one has to go here. Is this interesting? You guys like digging this? So if we do on my Discord, if we do the next game at night, what game do you guys want to do? Do you want to do Zix? I don't think it's gonna be a few weeks, I think, for Titan Isles before it comes out. Do you want to do Dungeons of Eternity again? What do you guys want to do? So let me know in the chat. And Dungeons of Eternity on PCVR is pretty damn awesome, just so you guys know. I got frustrated though transferring my character over, and I didn't do it yet because you can transfer your character from the quest to PCVR, but you got to get a code from the quest and then come back and type it into the PC. And I couldn't tell the difference between zeros and O's, and I just got frustrated and gave up. Because like my Discord was waiting to play, so I was like, oh, I'm not gonna make them wait. That's messed up. This corner is correct. So I was like, there's no way I'm gonna, make them wait. I'm like, let's just get into game. So I think, is that one good? No, I'm not there yet. I'm like out of it, man. Sometimes, yep, I did something. I did a thing. Ah, I see where I'm screwy. I never did this. Okay, let's see if this works. Oh my God. I think it's, oh, there's a move I can't remember. I'm pretty damn close. So what happened is I forgot to move 2 pieces. See, this is red. This is green. I have to switch these two. And I'm just trying to remember the motion. And I don't know if I remember the motion. If I screw this one thing up, I'm done. So. Got it. I got it. So now it's just the corners, basically. And we would be there. The AA, when did we turn into an A? Oh, just saying like we don't drink and it's poison. Does Dungeons of Eternity have level scaling? It absolutely does. It absolutely does. But well, there's 2 different ways of like levels. Well, not really level scaling. When you play, you select what level you want to go against, and the game recommends it for you. So whenever you do a a run, you go and say, okay, this is the level we're gonna do. This is the difficulty rating, and the game, based on your team, says this is what we recommend. Okay, so that's not right. That's not right. None of these are right. So we just spin. Okay. This one is correct. This one, that's the only one that's correct. Okay. It's like WoW dungeon puzzle levels. I don't know if that is how I would consider it. All right. I'm so close. There's just 2 pieces out of the way, but this is a very fragile point because my brain's not working and I can definitely screw this up. And that's the one thing about doing these. If you, shit, I think then I just go here. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's Oh, I fucked up. Yep. I missed one turn. I missed one turn, and it kind of resets you a lot by missing one turn. I said, oh no, you know what you're doing. Just go for it, Matt. You know what you're doing. You're so smart. No, you're not. You made a big boopsies. Now I'm done. That's it. I wasted everyone's time. All right, guys, we're going to be wrapping it up after that riveting content right there. Did everyone see? Should we show the gameplay demo one more time? Should we? Should I drop some links and show the gameplay demo one more time? You know, I just dropped some links directly to the demo, okay? This is where you guys got to go, okay? Bam. I should separate those links. I should definitely separate them, right? So people can actually read that they're two different links. Why did it do that? All right. You know what? Yeah. That's one. Man, it's one of those days. I was all hyped up for this announcement, and I feel like now the adrenaline's wearing off, and now I just want to take a nap. If you guys didn't see the gameplay demo, go check it out there. Thanks for chilling with me. You know, sitting at the butt plug in the background the whole time. And I will definitely see you guys on next time. Again, I can't do this without you guys. Like, I always appreciate how much you guys hang out, and you know, we just have this. We have the game nights and stuff. It means a lot to me. So thanks again, and I'll see you guys next week. This is my first time streaming Friday. It might become my regular time. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Peace. And that was today's stream, guys. Thank you so much. I wouldn't be here without you. You guys mean the world to me. I hope I did a good job answering all of your questions. And if you want to help support me, the easiest ways are always to leave a comment, throw a thumbs up, subscribe, or if you're one of those crazy people who likes to burn money on me, why not use one of my affiliate links for a discount on some accessories? Maybe become a Patreon or YouTube member. And finally, I have a merch shop with items that no one has ever bought before. Again, thanks for hanging out, guys. And of course, I'll see you on next time.